Peace, peace, peace. Welcome to the channel. I am aTone. This is aToneTarot. Leo, you are tuned in for the topic of who's playing the middle with you. And when I say who's playing in the middle, Leo, I'm talking about who got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Who is meeting you in the middle? Who's meeting you halfway? Who are you meeting up with in the middle of the United States? Who knows, Leo? We're going to get up into your message. I will be pulling 5 cards from 3 different traditional tarots, going through past, present, and future to see who, like I said, is playing the middle with my Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So let's get up into that message, Leo. And if you could, please smash that like button, comment, share, and subscribe. Your girl would greatly appreciate it. All right, Leo. I hope all is well with you guys. To my new viewers, welcome to the channel. To my returning viewers, welcome back. I greatly appreciate you. But let's see, Leo, who is playing the middle. 1 foot out, 1 foot in. Might be trying to fill you out, you know, to get a little close. Let's see what's up with Leo. Let's see if Leo is my kind of person, you know. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It gotta be like that sometimes. You don't go in guns blazing 150% with everybody that you just meet. So as it relates to my Leo's past, who is playing the middle with my Leos in the past? Five cards, please. One more card for my Leos. I tell you what, I think you are sign number 7 or 8, Leo. And about 6 of y'all done got this page of coins now. So for my Leos, as it relates to the past and who was playing the middle with you guys, you received the 2 of Swords, the 7 of Wands, the Knight of Cups in reverse, the Page of Coins, and the 4 of Cups. So, as it relates to who was playing the middle with you, this is somebody like playboy, playgirl energy, lover boy. This Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups upright is somebody who is like a love bomber. Rico Suave. He, you know, always has the right thing to say. He know what to say. He can talk you right up out your drawers, right? But when he's in reverse, he's probably doing that with several people, right? He's running a game. There's some gameplay involved here. So this is playboy, playgirl energy. Somebody who maybe started off love bombing you, and in your heart of hearts, they were too good to be true from the door. They had you questioning some of what they were saying. Like, are you sure you want to be that invested with me? You don't know me yet. With this 2 of Swords, that's what this is giving. This is somebody who came in hot with you, Leo, and you was like, oh, I know I'm the flyest around. I know what's not to love about me, but it's something not quite right of how hard you are going. They was going hard in the paint. Had you feeling like they just loved you from the moment they saw you, wanted to drink your bathwater. But something, they handshake wasn't matching their smile. With this 7 of Wands and this 4 of Cups being here, somebody was putting in boundaries and putting up a wall and some distance between you and them, but they were steadily telling you how much they loved and adored you. But you had no evidence of it. It was just words. All you had was words. And you were questioning, Leo, if this person's word was true. You like, yeah, no, I hear you, but that's not what I'm seeing. That's not what I'm feeling with this Four of Cups being here. And I'm smarter than that with this Page of Pentacles. I'm not stupid. And I know what I feel and what I don't feel. And I ain't feeling it. Somebody was playing the middle with you and you kind of went along to get along to some degree, Leo. Like you like, all right, I'm gonna just continue to hear this person out. I'm gonna hear them out. I'm gonna continue to go along with what they saying. Yeah, You wanna whisk me away to the Bahamas? Okay, yep. I got my passport. I'm ready when you are. Like, they were talking a lot, but they wasn't doing a lot. That's all they was doing was talking. There's a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings. I feel so amazing when I'm around you, Leo. I feel so amazing when I talk to you, Leo. I feel like I can do anything because of you, Leo. It's definitely giving that energy. Oh, you want me to come by for dinner? My car broke down. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. I would love to be there, though. Damn, I could smell the food all the way from over here. They were convincing. They were convincing, and you were giving grace. You were like, okay, but your spidey senses was tingling the whole time. And you knew at some point with this Two of Swords being here, this is going to come to a head. I'm going to have a decision to make around whether I'm going to proceed with this person or not. And I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't want to seem ungrateful because I've been praying and asking for company or a relationship or this thing to come around, and I'm not sure whether or not this is the thing or person I've been praying for. It don't feel like it, but it's sounding like it, but it don't feel like it. Let's see presently, current state. What's going on currently with my Leos as it relates to who is playing the middle? Did this energy continue into where you currently stand, Leo? Or did it drop off? Let's see. Let us see, Leo. As far as that middle ground. Somebody telling you one thing, but not doing it. That's only half of it. That's only half the battle. They say it out their mouth, but they don't demonstrate it in their actions. That's 50% of it. That's not the full 100, though. You need the full 100 for it to really make sense. For it to add up to something, right? Spirit, who is currently two more cards, please, for my Leos. More card, please, Spirit. Yeah, decisions, Leo. The decision was made. You ain't having it. Currently, you receive Temperance, the Eight of Cups in reverse, the Eight of Swords in reverse, the Five of Coins, the King of Cups, as well as Judgment. And that's actually 6 cards for you, Leo. So, with this Temperance card being here, you're choosing your peace. Yeah, you need balance. You need consistency. And whoever this was, they weren't being consistent. Their handshake wasn't matching their smile, and you like, nah, I can't do this. I can't build a life or trust this person's word, so they got to go, right? And with the Eight of Cups being in reverse, that's somebody spinning the block. And then you got the Eight of Swords right behind that in reverse. That's somebody releasing somebody. So you got one person circling back and you got another person out the door. So one person is like, nah, I'm good, miss me with that, leave me alone, I'm choosing my peace. And you got another person like, hold on, wait, I didn't mean that. They're in and they're out. It's the same type of energy with that Knight of Cups in reverse. They saying one thing but they mean another. Even in when they spin the block, even when they come back to you, they be like, hold on, wait, Leo, don't leave. I gotta say something. I gotta tell you something. And you go to pause and you like, okay, what do you have to say? And the person is like, they don't say anything. So now they wasting your time. It's like, wait a minute, come on, you had me to come over here and have this conversation and you ain't got nothing to say that I want to hear that's helping the situation at all. They might be pulling you back to argue with them, only for you to walk the hell away again with this Five of Coins. Like, man, listen, I should have left you in the past. You should have left them in the past spread. But somebody circles the block. Somebody wants you to come back and listen. Just hear me out, Leo. Just hear me out. I need you to hear this. It's so significant. It's so important that you hear this, because once you hear this, it's going to change everything. I promise you, Leo. Just sit down and just hear me out. Make sure you listening. Make sure you got on your good shoes when you come. Make sure you got on your good socks. Make sure you are, really in tune with your spirit when you come home. And you like, just shut up and tell me what you got to say, because they saying a whole bunch of nothing. But they telling you, hold on. Nah, they want to keep you suspended, stuck. Because here they are with this King of Cups. That's emotional manipulation. Like, this person is now all of a sudden going from the Knight of Cups in reverse to all of a sudden the King of Cups upright. But eventually, the Five of Coins, you wind up just walking away again. So if you in the future, for some reason, Leo, decide to go back and hear this person out, you could be compromising your peace. Yeah, you could be compromising your peace when you do. Or you wanting to get an explanation and hear why. Tell me why. You may already know. I'm not going back to this person, but I'm gonna entertain what they talking about. I wanna hear what they're talking about. I want my retribution. I need to see them suffer. I want to see them crying, begging, pleading. For what? It's just a waste of time. Ultimately, Leo, with this Judgment card being here, that's an uptick from the Two of Swords. That's that decision you knew you needed to make in the beginning. You felt it in your intuition. You felt it in your subconscious. You saw all the signs. You knew what it was. And now it's so clear. You look back in hindsight and be like, I knew I shouldn't have fooled with this joker. I shouldn't have fooled with them in the first place. I shouldn't have gave them this much time, energy, effort, etc. But now we 6 months in, and 4 of the months have been horrible. 4 of the months have been us back and forth, trying to get back to the first 2 months of the honeymoon stage of our relationship, when everything was great and grand. Yeah. If it's not romantic, this is definitely giving somebody wanting to stall you out and play with words. They want to keep you stuck with words. Words are powerful. Words are powerful. They can move you as well as paralyze you. They one can speak life into another just as well as death. So just be careful of what you sit up under and listen to, Leo, because this sound like a waste of time. It sound like they ain't saying nothing. When you really listen closely, they ain't addressed the problem. They ain't doing nothing but what they've been doing. This is present state, right? This is where you are presently. They the same person they was when you met them. And this is the spread, like I said, for present. Presently, you need to choose your peace and have some self-control and discipline around your standards and what you will and won't tolerate. Because if you don't, you could suffer a loss and set yourself back in such a way where you realize this was not worth it, nor was the person. You know what I mean? Time is money. And if this person is wasting your time, you ain't getting to the money. And that's the 5 of coins. You losing money behind this person. No, don't do it. Don't do it. You losing money because you listening to somebody trying to pull on your heartstrings, Leo. They trying to manipulate you through emotions and make you feel like, oh, remember when we had such amazing times so long ago, Leo? Remember when we showed up to that party and we looked amazing together and everybody was talking about us as relationship goals? Remember that? They taking you back to a place where the things that they call out and mention don't even really matter. They don't matter as it relates to the essence of what it is to be an honorable friend, lover, companion, partner, etc. Yes. So let's take a look at future state. And if you haven't done so already, please smash that like button, comment, share, and subscribe. Your girl would greatly appreciate it. All right, Leo, let's see what's going on as it relates to future state. So who is going to attempt to play the middle with you in the future? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Two more cards, please. One more card for my... All right, Leo. So as it relates to who is going to attempt, and I do mean attempt, and that's all it's going to be, to play the middle with you in the future, you receive the King of Wands, the Four of Wands, the Chariot, the King of Cups, and the Star. It looks like a lot of people are going to be garnering for your attention, for your presence, Leo. This feels like the person from the previous spread and a few more, right? With the Star and the Four of Wands being here and this Chariot, I'm picking up on a Leo collective who innately is just showing up with their star power and presence in such a way where a lot of people just want to be around you just because they want some of your stardust to fall on them. You know, they just want to be seen with you. They want to hear what your advice is as it relates to their relationships, as it relates to their new endeavors. They value your opinion, right? So a lot of people will, and again, the middle area is not always a bad place to be. You know, I'm picking up on one hand wash the other, both hands wash the face. These are some partnerships where in the future you get out of it what you deserve. You know, like you get the fanfare, you get the recognition, you get the forward movement with harmony and efficiency with your squad or your the people that are around you. But that person with this King of Cups who was playing the middle in the previous spread is still hanging in the background. They still there. They still watching. They still like, oh, well, Leo, just let me know when you want me to come over or come around and do whatever. You almost change the power dynamic between you and this individual. Whereas maybe before when you started, you were, like I mentioned, you were extending grace. In the future, you not extending no grace. You not on nobody else's time but your own. You're actually making this person meet you where you at. You calling the shots, Leo. Like, oh, if you want my time, you want to be around me, you got to be here at this time and you only get 15 minutes. You definitely switch up on them. Where you were this tameable kitten before, your lioness or lion energy is showing up now. And it's like, oh, you should have remained honest and true to your word with me when I believed your word. Because now I don't trust you. So now you going to have to walk to Manhattan and get me a cheesecake to prove that you really are down for me. Like, not that the Leo is going to turn into a tyrant. I mean, you just might. You know what I mean? You just might. You definitely flip the script on them. And you make whoever this is come meet you. Yeah, you definitely going to come meet me in the middle. You're definitely going to put your money where your mouth is. You're definitely going to have to show me before I come outside that you're going to be where you say you're going to be. I don't trust you. And my essence and presence is of value. So miss me with the BS. I'm not playing. The Leo is not playing. With this chariot and this star being here, you know your worth beyond measure. And you're not playing with people and whether or not they're able to recognize it. If they don't recognize it right away, that's on them. Because you gone otherwise. Like, you are not giving second and third chances to people anymore. Because you see that you are the sparkle to the diamond. You know, it's not arrogance. It's not ego. It's understanding of, like I said, your worth and what you bring to the table, right? Good people are hard to find. Solid individuals are hard to find in this day and age, right? And they are to be celebrated. They are to be not put on a pedestal, but they're on the VIP list, right? They don't get treated like commoners because now it's so rare. It's a rarity to be integral, to be honest, to be effective, to be true, to not look for something always in return for whatever you given. But, you know, this is given, say hello to the bad guy, right? Like, you wanted a monster and now you got a monster. And whoever this is, somebody created this monster inside of you, Leo, and got you in your bag. And rightfully so. And it's almost like nobody can't say nothing to you. It's like, oh, okay, tell them how you really feel, Leo. Do your big one, right? Check my resume, son. Check my my receipts. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. You standing on not just something that looks good, like this person tried to play around with you in the beginning. You're showing them how it's done. You're showing them what a stand-up individual looks like. You're showing them what it looks like to hold a good reputation in these streets with the people that speak your name. You like, I could show you better than I could tell you. Watch this. And in doing so, you create a certain amount of elevation through celebration, Leo. And you wasn't even trying. You weren't even trying. Yeah, so that is your message, Leo. I hope that it helps. Let me hear about this. I want to know what's going on. If this is not your message, if it don't apply, let it fly. But until next time, peace.